All right, let's get busy and kill these questions. Hopefully, you guys have worked on the first 3 pages of this awesome drill that covers all the different types of algebra questions that you should know and have under your belt ready, locked and loaded, ready to destroy on an upcoming SAT. Remember, your biggest focus are going to be on the easy and medium level questions. Your hard questions, like for example, this question number 23. These guys, if you haven't done much preparation, you want to at least recognize them. So you say, I don't think so. I'm going to go with the dummy answer today. Just pick an answer and move. Anything that slows you down, anything that makes you feel like, forget this noise, just guess on an answer, keep on moving. But if you want to know how to destroy this, then take a look at the answer choices. Look at your answer choices. You notice they give you a bunch of weird, funky formulas. You like this. You say, oh, I like this business. Let's go into the question and see what we can figure out. In a set of 4 consecutive odd integers. All right, that's going to be key. 4 consecutive odd integers, where the integers are ordered from least to greatest. Okay, on your side scratch piece of paper, write down numbers from least to greatest. I got 1. I'm going to use 1, 3, 5, and 7. Yep, consecutive least to greatest. Excellent. The first integer is represented by x. They're giving you a recipe, just follow. So the first integer, 1, I'm going to use x. Now, what does that mean for 3? Then 3 is going to be x plus 2. 5 is going to be x plus 4. And 7 is going to be x plus 6. You guys understand? They told us that the first is going to be x. What they didn't tell you is to assume that 3 is going to be x plus 2, 5x plus 4. So that's what you're dealing with the SATs. They're going to give you some trickery with their hard questions. Doesn't mean that they're actually hard. It's just some trickerations. All right, let's continue reading the rest. Now it tells us the product of 12 and the fourth odd integer. All right, what does that mean, the product? That means 12 times, and what is the fourth odd integer? This guy right here. So that's going to be x plus 6. All right, pause. Take a look at your answer choices. They're actually giving you the recipe to the answer choices. I see answer choice D and C. This begins with 12 times x plus 4. This is 12 times x plus 4. See ya, these two answers are out because they don't meet the recipe of the question. Now we continue. Is at most, right? It's got to be at the most. That means less than, equal to. Take a look at this guy. Less than, equal to, and greater than, equal to. Which one is correct? A has to be the answer, but if you're not 100%, just keep on going. Is at most 26 less, that means minus 26. I got a minus 26 here, but I don't have a minus 26 here. Again, B is wrong. If I continue just for fun, is less than the sum of the first. So what's the sum of the first? That looks like it's going to be x plus and the third odd integers. And that looks like the third odd integer is x plus 4. Isn't that stupid? Yeah, A is your best answer. That's it. Next question. Question number 12. This is a medium level question. So you should feel good and own this. But when you see this, a lot of students get locked up like, what the heck is this business doing? Notice your answer choices. They tell you solutions, exactly 1 solution, 2 solutions, infinitely many, and 0 solutions. This is dealing with slope-intercept formulas. I'm going to show you what each one means. Exactly what solution means. You can have a formula for a blue line. Let's say you have a formula for a red line. Where they intersect, ding, 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 that's going to be your solution. There's going to be an x and a y coordinate there. That's going to be the solution for the 2 lines. That means there's only 1 solution. Another example, let's go with the exactly 2. What does exactly 2 mean? Let's say you have a parabola, and then let's say you have a blue line going through it. Where they kiss each other, that's exactly 2 solutions. So they're more than likely referring to a parabola and a straight line. The next one, infinitely many. Let's say I drew, hold on. Don't make me laugh. Let's say we're going with infinitely many, right? Infinitely many would mean, all right, let's say I got a, yellow line. And then the other formula is exactly the same. It sits right on top of the yellow line. So they have infinitely many solutions. Every x and y value on any point of those 2 overlapping each other is going to be exactly the same. So they have infinitely many solutions. All right, so Mr. Alberto, what does 0 mean? That means the following. Let's say I had those 2 lines, the red and the yellow line, but then I have a blue line and it goes like this, and they're exactly parallel to one another. Will the blue line ever kiss the red yellow line. Never. So that means there's zero solutions. That's the big deal with that. Now that you understand that, gosh, I said I'm going to keep this video short, but I have to explain that stuff because if I don't, then you get burned. Now, when you take a look at the formulas that's given to you in the question, 66x equals 66x. A lot of students are focused on x, like, well, what if I put a number? It doesn't matter. There are two slope-intercept formulas with no y-intercept, 66x plus b, 66x plus b, but there's no plus b. There are two exactly the same formula. So that means they're going to be sitting right on top of one another. If I made one line blue and one line red, they'd sit on top of each other all day long, infinitely many. Question number 18. It's an upper level, medium level question. I say like medium hard, right on the border. All right, we take a look. They're giving us line K is defined by this business, 7x plus 1 over 8. It's a slope intercept formula. But then it tells, oh, we got another line J is perpendicular to line K. Oh, you guys remember this? Let me draw out y equals 7x plus 1 over 8. Just yesterday, I got busted on this. I was showing this in class, but I failed to read the entire question. I made an assumption. So never make assumptions, always read through. So what would line J be if you have 7x plus 1 over 8? When they give you a question that involves perpendicular, what you do is you take the slope. And what are you going to do? You're going to flip it and reverse the sign. That's it. Flip and reverse. Flip it and reverse it. Flip it and reverse it. And so your answer is this guy. What if they gave you a question and said, oh, there's a line K, which is 7x plus 1 over 8. What is the slope of a line of when there's no solution? If there's no solution, it has to have the same slope but a different y-intercept. For example, we'll take a look at question number 19. Now, number 19 is considered a hard question. A lot of students answered it incorrectly. In fact, they usually answer this right here, which is completely wrong. And we're going to see why. We got our formula, y equals 6x plus 18. Oh, Mr. Alberto, would Desmos help with this? Yeah, it could help. I put this as a Desmos questions. I'll put D next to any question that you could use Desmos. So if you're going to use Desmos, you plug in this first formula, it's going to show you a straight line. And then they're asking, oh, the system has no solution. Which equation could the second equation be in the system? When they mention the word no solution, that means the two lines must be parallel to one another. And not only that are they parallel, they're going to share the same slopes, but different, remember, different y-intercepts. And then you own it. Now, answer choice A is wrong because if I took answer choice A, which I'll do in yellow, and I saw for y equals a positive 6x plus 18, what's going to happen? If I plug those into Desmos, they're going to be sitting right on top of one another. They're going to love each other so much, they're going to turn purple. So this cannot be the answer. But if we take a look at the next one, answer choice B, and I saw for y equals a positive 6x. So that means we have the same slopes. But what's my y-intercept? Plus 22. Are they different y-intercepts? Yes, that's 18, that's 22. So B must be the answer. Easy stuff, man. Why do students get locked up in this? Because they're not familiar with what they need to know for this type of question. Let's see another one similar to it. This is a dirty one. Now, this is getting to an upper level area. I'm going to call it hard question because most students get burned by this. No, you know what? I'm just going to call it a hard medium question because there's another one that's harder than this one. Okay, so we take a look at this and we see the first formula they're trying to confuse you in. That is the slope intercept formula right there. Now, if we were to solve for y, we would get our slope intercept formula, y equals mx plus b. But when you see this type of question, this calls for recognition reaction. You see the next formula, but you see this h going on here. Where's this h coming from? I haven't seen H in the entire test, you'll say. But when it does pop up, then you know the business. They're playing games with you. So that first blue formula, we're going to solve for y, but we're going to leave the number in front of y. We're not going to just make it y, divide everything by whatever's next to y. No, we're going to keep the number that's going to be sitting on the left-hand side of y. So let's take the blue and see if we can solve for y. So my first step, right? I want my y to be positive, so I'm going to add 9y to both sides. So that's going to give me an 18y. Now, that's going to equal, I'm going to subtract this 5 from both sides and bring it to the other side. So what is 18y going to equal? My 18y is going to equal 4. Whoops, let me change that to blue. It's going to equal 4x minus 5. We good so far? All right. The question is saying in a given system of equations, h is a constant. If the system has no solutions, what do we say about no solutions? We said parallel, same slopes, different y-intercepts. Now check this out. I'm going to keep my hy. I'm going to reverse the order to slope intercept form. I'm going to bring the 4x to the left-hand side, and I'm going to put the positive 2 on the right-hand side. Now I'm set. Notice that we have what? The same slopes, right? Same slopes, but different y-intercepts. Once I got that, then what does h equal? 18, and we're done. In and out of the question. You see how that works? That's pretty dirty. They're testing basic concepts in slope intercept formula, but then now they're twistifying it. Is that a word? Twistifying. Let's go to another question. Oh, there is a harder question than this, but I remember this is a sample of the algebra that will certainly help you if you're studying for the last minute for the exam. Now, if you're not studying for at the last minute for the test, then I got another doc that has even more questions that deal with that stuff. But let's move on to slope charts. I'm sorry about that. I set you up for something that I didn't even deliver on, but still, don't worry about it. Once you understand this business, then you're good to go with the hardest of those type of stupid questions. The first thing I do, oh, this is question number 1. This is so easy that I don't have to think too much, but don't be cocky. Do your business. Take a look at the chart and notice that you do have a positive slope. You have an x-intercept here. If it looks like a -9 and y equals 0, and you have a y-intercept over here where x equals 0 and y equals 5. The question is asking, what is the y-intercept? That's this guy. So it's going to be x equals 0, y equals 5. Easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. Next question, number 2. All right. Oh, this is question number 2. This is easy, yo. All right. It's easy, but don't get cocky about this. Don't take anything for granted. These guys know us better than we know ourselves. All right. We see 2 lines that are crisscrossing and kissing each other right here with some red lipstick. All right. Now you can ask yourself, oh, what's the coordinate point there? Even though you didn't read the question, remember, always the image first. You're not reading the question. Can you recreate the coordinate point for this? Yes, it's x equals 4, right? X equals 4 and y equals a -5. All right, now you read the question. The graph of the system of linear equations show what is the solution to the system? Oh, the solution is where they kiss each other. So, you see the answer. All right, next one. Question number 2. Ooh, 22, 22. It's getting hot in here. It's getting dangerous. Question number 22. Oh my gosh. In a digital exam, this would be the very last question. But in a paper-based test, if some of you qualify to take the test as a paper-based test, you get 27 questions. But still, it's going to be a hard question. All right, let's take a looky look at this. First, I'm going to examine the chart of the graph. They're showing me this right here, a dot, a coordinate point there, but they're also showing me this right here. I also have to see that I'm dealing with a line. I'm going to try and make it as straight as possible. A line going this way. And I also have, I guess I use yellow, a line going this way. This is y equals 2, which is a line, which we'll talk about soon. So they got this dot here and they got this dot here. All right, super chill. I got the where they meet over here. This would be a coordinate point of 8, comma 2, right? Right. The solutions for the 2 lines, blue and yellow. All right, now I'm going to go into the question. I see the answer choice: 0, exactly 1, exactly 2, infinitely many. So they're going to ask me, well, how many solutions are there? Right now, it's exactly 1. So a lot of students are like, oh, I got this. I didn't even have to read the question. I got the answer. It's question number 22. They're slick and dirty. Don't do that. Remember, be diligent. Be a robot who's designed to not use emotions during the test. I want you getting emotional. Don't start messing around. All right, let me go to the question. If a new graph of 3 linear equations, wait, where's the third one? Bruh, now we're introducing a third one. 3 linear equations is created using the system of equations shown, and the equation is x plus 4y equals -16, then how many solutions will the resulting system of 3 equations have? Oh, all right. So what do? Solve for y, turn it into slope-intercept formula. So that's going to be 4y is equal to a -x minus 16, and then we divide 4 all the way across. Y equals a -1 over 4x and that would be -4. So if we go to -4 for a y-intercept, right? If you're a little rusty and dusty, recreating the slope intercepts on an XY plane, you could plug it into Desmos and allow it to help you out. Then it's going to be up 1 over 4, -1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I got 2 coordinate points. I could go down and go across 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I connect those dots, I'll have this business going. Let me see if I can draw a straight line here. Now, on paper, this is what sucks because you're not going to be a good artist doing it. But on a computer, it looks pretty good, especially if you're using Desmos. Now, if you're using Desmos, what's going to happen is that the image is going to you're going to have to stretch out the image, and that's why Desmos can help you or it can harm you. I prefer doing it on paper because I'm going to take a look at that blue line because they love using parallel lines here. I think they're trying to trick me here. Now, how many solutions would it have? Some students will still bite on the answer 1 because they see the green line is not connected, but they see the blue and the yellow line are connected. They're going to go with 1, and it's going to be wrong still. Why? Take a look at the blue line real quickly. This is why this test is dirty. If I do a rise over run with the blue line, let me start here. I'll use black. Start the y-intercept of the blue line, which is at 4. Now I go up. It's a negative slope, right? So I go up and I grow that. I went up 1. So that is 1 over, I go to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a -1 over 4. Um, isn't the green line also a -1 over 4x? So that means those two lines are parallel. So for the 3 linear equations, since the blue line and the green line are parallel, they never meet. So that means there are 0 solutions for all 3. All right, it's kind of confusing for some students. Again, it's asking for the solutions for all 3 equations. If you have 2 of them that do not have a solution, then there are 0 solutions for all 3 at the same time. But let's say they gave us an equation that did this instead. Let's say it started at -10 as a y-intercept and it went through the lipstick. Now you have one solution for all 3 equations. The black line, the yellow line, and the blue line all kiss each other at the same time. Then it would be answer choice B. And that's pretty much it. So be careful when you're deeper in the test, they give you a question like this, there's trickerations involved. Oh, that's it for this page. Oh, this is a short video. All right, people. Remember, if you have any questions, all you have to do is contact me at 786-877-N7231. Oh, the glitchiness. Mr. Alberto, you need access to documents, all that good stuff. Oh, another thing. If you're seeing this randomly and you want to see more, you could just, click like, subscribe, and subscribe to all and all that stuff. And it'll just alert you when I post something new. And that's it. Peace out, brothers.